Sermon BYAPOSTLEJAIMAL Bandel. The Spirit of Greed, Overcoming the Temptation of Materialism Introduction. Good morning, afternoon, beloved congregation. Today, we gather to reflect upon a powerful and pervasive force that has the potential to distort our priorities, disrupt our relationships, and distance us from God's divine plan for our lives. That force is the spirit of greed, an insidious temptation that can grip even the strongest of believers if we are not vigilant in our faith. Understanding the spirit of greed. At its core, greed is an intense desire for more, often driven by an excessive attachment to wealth, possessions, or power. In the Bible, Jesus warned about the dangers of greed, stating in Luke chapter 12 verse 15, "Watch out. Be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions." Greed can manifest in various forms, such as hoarding material possessions, pursuing wealth at any cost, and neglecting the needs of others in our pursuit of personal gain. It's crucial to recognize that greed is not just about accumulating wealth, but also about the attitude we hold towards what we have and what we desire. 2. The consequences of greed. The spirit of greed can have devastating consequences, both for ourselves and for our relationships with others. It can lead to discontentment, envy, and an unending quest for more, often resulting in a never-ending cycle of dissatisfaction. Moreover, greed can blind us to the needs of those around us, causing us to neglect our responsibility to care for the less fortunate. In 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 9-10, the Apostle Paul warns, "Those who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil." It's not money itself that is evil, but the love and attachment to it that can lead us astray. 3. Overcoming the spirit of greed. As believers, we are called to a different way of living, a life characterized by contentment, generosity, and a deep trust in God's provision. To overcome the spirit of greed, we must cultivate gratitude, regularly count our blessings and give thanks for what we have, rather than focusing on what we lack. Prioritize relationships. Place people above possessions, nurturing our relationships with family, friends, and the community. Practice generosity. Freely share our resources with others, following the example of Jesus, who gave sacrificially for our sake. Set eternal perspectives. Remember that material possessions are temporary, and focus on storing treasures in heaven through acts of love, kindness, and service. Seek God's kingdom. Matthew chapter 6 verse 33, encourages us to seek first God's kingdom and righteousness, knowing that He will provide for our needs. Conclusion. Dear brothers and sisters, the spirit of greed is a formidable foe that we must vigilantly guard against. By fostering gratitude, prioritizing relationships, practicing generosity, and seeking God's kingdom, we can overcome the allure of materialism and live lives that reflect our commitment to Christ's teachings. Let us remember the words of Jesus in Matthew chapter 6 verse 24, "You cannot serve both God and money." May we choose to serve God, releasing ourselves from the grip of greed and embracing a life of spiritual abundance and true fulfillment. Amen.